In 2016, the city of Santa Barbara acquired 14.7 acres of land in the Las Positas Valley along Arroyo, Burro. The open space not only offered the potential for recreational opportunities, but it also continues to be a great habitat for native plants and the wildlife that live there, making restoring the area a great opportunity to improve the ecosystem. And in 2018, the Creeks Division began the Arroyo Burro Open Space Restoration Project.
At the Creeks Division, we have a number of restoration projects all across the city that we've completed over time. We, as the planners, act as project managers for the project. We hire engineers to come out and design the project. Then we secure all the necessary permits through the planning process. We've done 4 community outreach meetings as part of this project to get the community involved, get their input, and then we get to do this, which is construction, which is the really exciting part. So we're out at the Arroyo Burro open space. This is a 21-acre open space park in the lower portion of the Arroyo Burro watershed. We are working on a second phase of work out here to do some upland restoration as well as trail improvements. We completed our phase 1 project back in 2018, which focused on restoring Arroyo Burro Creek. So we restored 1,500 linear feet of Arroyo Burro Creek, providing additional floodplain habitat and restoration of riparian vegetation.
The second phase of the Arroyo Burro Restoration Project includes many elements, one being the construction of a brand new bridge that connects the north end of the park to the new Las Positas multi-use pathway.
The bridge itself is a narrow pedestrian bridge. It's about 7 feet wide of travel width. It's 83 feet long, so it's a pretty long span across the creek. We're also putting in a viewing platform on the south side of the bridge, so a little bump out along the bridge pathway that will let people pause and look at the creek and just enjoy seeing the flowing water below them.
Other elements included in the second phase of the Arroyo Burro Creek Restoration Project are the formation of formal trails as well as the Campanile drainage system, which is a tributary of Arroyo Burro.
The formalized trail routes are going to be lower gradient, so we had some pretty steep sections of trail out here that were sources of some erosion issues. So we're looking to improve those, lower the slopes, improve them by providing some drainage features, so some water bars to direct drainage to proper areas so that we don't have erosion issues into the future. And it'll also be, safer for park visitors as they're coming through here. As far as the tributary drainage, that whole area was previously basically graded by BMX jump and bike tracks, and so we're looking to actually kind of take out some of that unnatural grading and restore the more natural hydrology of the creek up there.
Finally, one of the most critical parts of the restoration, the planting of thousands of native plants which are so important to the habitat and wildlife that live in the area.
Native plants being plants that originated here, are evolved and adapted to live in this environment. Not only are they better adapted to the conditions and environment of Santa Barbara, but they're also really important for the animals that are native to here as well. So all of our native birds, our native wildlife, they depend on those native species. They've co-evolved together to be dependent on them for shelter, for food, and so that's why it's really important to bring back those species. So we're planting about 2,600 native plants out here. Some of that will be up in that tributary drainage area where we're trying to restore more wetland riparian species. We're also planting oak trees all throughout the property near our work areas. So we're kind of rerouting these trails, and we're trying to plant oak trees along the perimeter so that in the future there will be shade along the trails and improved park experience for park visitors, but also improved habitat for wildlife and animals out here.
The 2-phase Arroyo Burro Open Space Restoration Project will be wrapping up in the next couple months, and the new bridge, trails, and new vegetation will be ready for all to come, enjoy, and experience nature.